Hey guys, you want to take that pest control to the next level? Well, I'm going to show you how to do that today. We're talking IGRs, everything you need to know about them, what they are, and how to supercharge that pest control that you're currently doing. IGRs, stay tuned.
Check this out.
Good morning, good morning, good morning. Welcome back, guys. Craig here again, howtopest.com. And like I told you in the opening, we are going to talk IGRs today. So let's start with what they are. For those of you out there that don't know what IGRs are, we are talking Insect Growth Regulators. What does that mean? It basically means this is a chemical that is going to interrupt the reproduction cycle of those insects. And we're talking roaches, we're talking ants, stored pest products, and so on and so on and so on. So how do you use these IGRs? Which one should you get? Well, we're going to get into all that in today's video. So I've just explained to you what IGRs are. Now, how do you use them? Can you use them as a standalone product? Yeah, you could take an IGR and you could use it by itself, but understand an IGR is not a quick fix. An IGR takes time. It's interrupting that insect's growth cycle. It's basically stopping that juvenile, that nymph from reproducing. It's killing the reproduction cycle. They reproduce deformed, therefore they cannot reproduce. So it doesn't happen overnight. It takes a couple days to a couple weeks for it to take effect. So you're going to want, in my opinion, to mix your IGR of choice, and I'll give you a few in this video that I like, with your pesticide of choice. And that depends on what you're going after also. So some of the insect regulators, the IGRs that we have, the growth regulators that we have on howtopest.com and that we like are Gentrol, Nygaard, Tekko, I always say this one wrong, Tekko, Tekko Pro. That's a great one. And last but not least, Archer by Syngenta. So which one do you use? How do you know which IGR to go with? It's kind of like pesticides. What are you going after? Now, some of these will have the same listed insects that they will work against, but then some don't. So let's take a cockroach job per se. A lot of professionals out there, myself included, I like Gentrol. When I'm going after a German cockroach infestation in a restaurant, I like to go with Gentrol. It's just a preference. Are there other ones that kill roaches too? Nygaard does, yeah. But Gentrol is my go-to for the German roaches. My backup to that is Archer. So that doesn't mean that's set in stone and that's the way you have to do that. That's just a preference of the success that I've had with the jobs that I've done, so I kind of just stick to it. You like a certain car, you like Chevys, you buy Chevys. That's just how it is. You like Fords, you buy Fords. Let's talk about fleas. A lot of people out there, they like Nygaard for fleas, myself included. I also like Tekko Pro. So I also like Archer. They're going to be different price ranges, different mix rates. You're going to have to read the label for that. It will walk you through, just like I explain in every other video, specifically for what you are going after. Now, like I said in the beginning of this video, it's killing a broad array of different types, or not killing, but stopping the growth cycle of these insects. And that's everything from your roaches to your ants, to your beetles, to your flies, your mosquitoes, your pantry pest, your confused flower beetle, cigarette beetle, and so on and so on and so on. There's many more I'm not even naming in there. So just look at the IGR that you want to use. Go to howtopest.com, hit the label section, pop that label up nice and big so you can read it. Makes it easy for that than trying to read it off the bottle, and see if it's listing the pests that you're going after. That being said, you've picked out your IGR of choice. What do you do next? Well, you got to have your pesticide of choice. So let's talk about German cockroaches. If you're going after German cockroaches in your house, in a restaurant, and let's say you've picked Gentrol, like I mentioned before, you're going to take the Gentrol mix rate and you're going to mix that with your pesticide of choice. If you're going after German cockroaches, then you probably want something that's a non-repellent. A great product to mix with Gentrol for German roaches is Alpine WSG. It's a wettable granule. It'll mix in there, it'll dilute in the water, dissipate, you'll shake it up, and then you'll put your IGR in and you'll shake those two together and you'll go to town. So not only are you getting the non-repellent that they are taking back and killing each other off with, you're getting that IGR that's going to stop that reproduction cycle for any of them that hatch, and it doesn't get enough on to kill them. Just know they will not be able to reproduce and give you more roaches. It's that same effect on whatever insect you're going after. So whether that be the fleas, which the Nygaard works really well on the fleas out there. The Archer works really well on the fleas. The Teco Pro. Don't kill me for saying that wrong. It's Tekko. That's all I know. And hopefully I spelled that right. But those work great on the fleas and the ticks. And ticks. Don't let me forget ticks. Now, when you mix an IGR into a container with your pesticide of choice, or if you decide, hey, I'm just going to mix it by itself, you need to be aware that you need to use that IGR within a 24-hour period. It's going to start to break down and not be as effective. Now, that goes with pesticides too. I wouldn't put pesticides in my tank or my pump sprayer that I'm not ready to use within that day, maybe two at the most. But I would say mix when you're ready to use. Don't mix and let it sit. The pH levels change in the water and the chemical, and it breaks it down, and it's not as effective. Will you still kill things you're going after? Will the IGR still work? Yeah, but not to the way that the manufacturer wants that to work. So be aware of that. Only mix when you're ready to spray. Now, I'm going to go outside a little bit with you guys. I talk about this in a lot of videos, but if you're going after fleas, ticks, mosquitoes, and you're spraying brush like you see behind me here, or you're treating the lawn, you need to have that water off. If you don't have the water off, you are basically just washing that chemical away. It's going to adhere, which is good if the sprinklers are off, but once the sprinklers come on, they're kind of diluting that and washing it away. It's like a rain. So be cognizant of that. And if you're going after those things outside like that, if you can shut those sprinklers off for at least a day or two and really let it settle in and take effect on whatever's going out, the flea, the tick, the mosquito, the fly, whatever, and they're hitting that chemical, your odds and your success are going to be a lot better. So do that. It's a great pro tip. Now, IGRs themselves come in different size bottles. So you may see a little small Nygaard, and we'll put this up in the video. We'll show you a picture of Nygaard. We'll show you a picture of the Teco Pro, the Archer, and the Gentrol. And then you'll see the Teco and the Archer, they come in bigger bottles. Don't sit there and go, well, I'm getting way less with the Nygaard and the Gentrol than I am with the Archer and the Teco. You're not. They're just different mix rates. It's how that manufacturer has made their IGR, and they're giving you different mix rates. When you have that Nygaard, it's usually in milliliters, and it takes a lot less. And it comes in a tip and pour bottle. So that basically means it has that spout on the side that'll say milliliters and have a number there, and you just put in a little bit there or squeeze that amount into that bottle. That being said, make sure that lid is on the one side, the pour side, and then you take it off of the other side because it releases that air gap, and you kind of just got to do a gentle squeeze. If you leave it on, you can do a tip over to that pour section. So they work different ways when using those. So IGRs, they're pretty cut and dry, but boy, they will boost your pesticides, man. They will just take it to a whole new level. You will stop not only with the pesticide that you're using of choice to kill that bug, whatever insect you're going after, but that IGR is going to give you that 1-2 punch. So anything that still hatches is going to hatch and be deformed and not be able to reproduce. Not to keep beating this down, but that's how they work. Now, toxicity levels on IGRs are way less than most of your pesticides, unless you're going with an all-natural pesticide like an Ecovia or an Accentria. That's about as all-natural as you can get. So the IGRs are very low in that toxicity, but once again, if you're spraying them alone or even with that pesticide of choice, you need to let it dry before you bring anything back into that area that you have treated, pets, children, yourself. So be aware of that. But guys, that's IGRs. I love them. I don't put them in everything I do. I don't put them in every time I spray, but when I'm going after specific things, you want that IGR. It's going to make your life a lot easier. That's it, guys. If I have, or if you have, I don't have any, if you have any questions, reach out to us in the comment section. I'm happy to answer those for you. I may have missed something that I'm not thinking of and you may want me to answer. I'd love to do that for you. Thank you for the thumbs up, guys. We appreciate those. And all you subscribers out there, man, you keep this channel alive. You're the ones that watch. Thank you for doing that. I can be boring at times. I know I think I'm funny and I'm not, but it is what it is, right? You're getting me. So that's it. Have a great day, guys. Craig here again, howtopest.com. Take care until next time.